Good morning, students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 4. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson Plant Kingdom. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen different characteristic features of three algal classes, that is Chlorophyceae, Rhodophyceae and Phaeophyceae. Then we have seen life cycle of Oedogonium, which are coming under class Chlorophyceae. The thallus structure of Oedogonium is a multicellular, filamentous. Cells are cylindrical in shape except two cells. One is the basal cell, another one is the terminal cell, which is ovoid in shape. Then special type of ring-like capsule is also present in the distal cells. Cell wall is made up of pectin, cellulose and chitin layer is also present here. Cytoplasm contains net-like chloroplast. Many pyrenoids are reserved food material. Nucleus is present towards the periphery. The reproduction is taken place by three modes. Vegetative reproduction by the formation of zoospore. The zoospore, which are having the ring of short flagella, which is found at the base of the colorless beak-like anterior. This is the top anterior end of the zoospore. This kind of flagellation is known as stepanogont. It's an important 2-mark question. Then the zoospore released from the zoosporangium falls on the suitable substratum and developed into a new Oedogonium filament. Then asexual reproduction, two types. One is Macrandrus monoecious, Macrandrus dioecious. Another one is the Nonandrous. Monoecious means Antheridia and Oogonia 6 organs occur on the same filament. That is monoecious. Macrandrus dioecious, Antheridia and Oogonia occur on separate filaments. That is Macrandrus dioecious. When I am coming to the another type, Nonandrous, Antheria are produced on the reduced female filament called dwarf male plants. Likewise, the Oogonia is also produced in the different filament, produce egg or ova. The antheridial filament, 2 to 4 cells which are formed antheridium, that is androsporangium, which produce androspores. Both androsporangia and Oogonia developed on the same filament. It is called gynandrosporous. There is Nonandrous also divided into two types. Androsporangia and Oogonia developed on the same filament means that it is said to be gynandrosporous. Androsporangia and Oogonia, which are developed on the different filament, means that it is said to be idiandrosporous. That means likewise Macrandrus monoecious and Macrandrus dioecious. Nonandrous is also divided into gynandrosporous and idiandrosporous. Is the important 2-mark question. They have produced the multiflagellate anthrozoid, which released from the Androgonium and swim in the water and reaches to the Oogonium through the opening which is present in the Oogonia and fuses with the haploid egg and form the diploid zygote. Zygote, which is separated from the zoosporangium and developed into a multiflagellate zoospore. The zoospore wall ruptures they are liberated outside. The zygote wall ruptures and the zoospores are liberated outside and germinated into a new Oedogonium species. So that's why the Oedogonium which are showing alternation of generation, diploid phase and haploid space is seen in the Oedogonium, which shows the alternation of generation. So this is all the topic we have seen in the previous video class. Today we are going to see life cycle of another alga, belongs to the class Chlorophyceae, genus Chara. Dear students, see the plant. This is the Chara, which are producing two types of sex organs in the thallus. That is the male sex organs are known as globule and the female sex organs are known as oogonium. The another name for male sex organs are antheridium or globule. Female sex organs are oogonium or nucleus. Both of them which are produced on the same thalli. So in this video, we are going to see the life cycle of Chara. Dear students, see the diagram. This is the female sex organ of Chara, that is oogonium or nucleus. Many oogonium are present in the Chara thallus. Dear students, this is the another sex organ, that is male sex organ, named antheridium or globule. They are produced in the nodal region only. See the region. The plant thallus is divided into nodes and internodes. In the nodal region only they are produced both the sex organs, that is male sex organ and female sex organ. The male sex organ named globule, which is located in the lower part of the node region. Above the male sex organ, above the female sex organ, oogonium or nucleus, which is located above the globule, that is above the male sex organ only, the female sex organs are located. So this is all the different mode of sex organs which is seen in the Chara plant. Dear students, this is the another diagram. The topmost sex organ is said to be nucleus. Nucleus are the female sex organ. At the base, the circular male sex organ is located. That is named as antheridium or globule. So, on the top of the male sex organ, the female sex organs are located. Both of them arise in the nodal region. So, in this video, we are going to see thallus structure of Chara, habit and habitat, different modes of reproduction, asexual, vegetative and sexual mode of reproduction. Dear students, this is the Chara. Systematic position is class Chlorophyceae, order Charales, family Characeae, genus Chara is the important 2-mark question. Next, we are going to see habit and habitat. Chara is commonly known as stonewort is the important 1-mark question, and also it is a water living plant, that means algae. totally which is present in fresh water. It's a hydrophytic plant. It's totally submerged under water. தண்ணிக்கடியில் இருக்கும். Submerged aquatic freshwater alga which is attached to the mud of the lakes. But the சேரி பகுதி அடியில் இருக்கு இல்லையா, at the bottom of the lake or a pond. And some of the slow running streams also the chara is living. So the habitat of the chara is freshwater alga like pond and lake. Some of the slow running streams also it is living. It is totally submerged aquatic alga. Some of the alga which are living in the high saline water, that means salt water. Example, Chara baltica is the important one mark question. The Chara baltica which is lives in the saline water, that means high salt water. The thallus is contained with calcium and magnesium carbonate. So thallus is often entrusted, that is made up with calcium and magnesium carbonate. So this is the habit and habitat of chara. Chara otherwise known as stonewort, one mark question. It's a submerged aquatic freshwater alga. It is attached to the mud of the lakes or slow running streams. One of the plant named Chara baltica which are living in the saline water, that is salt water. The thallus which is made up with calcium and magnesium carbonate. Next we are going to see thallus structure. The plant body is multicellular, many cell, macroscopic, that is large size of an algae, and differentiated into main axis like stem which is seen in the higher plants. Algae is the lower plants, isn't it? But they are having the main axis at the center like a stem in the higher plants, and the rhizoids like roots which is seen in the higher plants. So the chara plant body differentiated into main axis and rhizoid, made up with many cell, larger in size, that is said to be macroscopic. We can able to see with our naked eye, no need of microscope. Then the rhizoids are in the form of thread-like. The rhizoids are thread-like. Multicellular structure arise from the lower part of the thallus or peripheral cells of the lower node. So the rhizoids are thread-like. Multicellular structures arise from the lower part of the thallus, that means at the basal region of the main axis, which contains thread-like multicellular rhizoids, or sometimes they may be arise from the peripheral, that means margin of the lower node. So these rhizoids are characterized by the presence of oblique septa, that means they are having partition in the shape of oblique. With the help of these rhizoids only, they are fixed into the soil or fixed on the substratum and absorb the water and mineral salts from the soil. So the rhizoids are thread-like, multicellular, arising from lower part of the thallus or margin of the nodal region. They contains many partitions, septa, due to the presence of oblique septa. Rhizoids are fixed the main axis, that means chara plant, to the substratum. That is one of the function. Another one, it absorbs the water and mineral salts from the soil. So this is said to be the thallus structure of Cara. So the plant body differentiated into main axis and rhizoids. We have seen only the characteristic feature of rhizoid. Next, we are going to see the characteristic feature of main axis. Dear students, the main axis is branched, long, and differentiated into nodes and internodal region. We already told you with the help of the diagram. We have seen the sex organs. Sex organs are produced in the nodal region. Male sex organ at the bottom. At the top they are having the female sex organ. So that the main axis having number of branches differentiated into nodes and internodal region. The internodal region is made up of with elongated cells in the center called axial cells or internodal cells. The internodal, which is made up of elongated slender cells in the center, is called axial cell or internodal cells. So these axial cells are surrounded by vertically elongated small cells which is originated from the nodal region. So axial cell which are having the elongated central cell. These axial cells are surrounded by vertically elongated small cells. Dear students, the internodal region are made up of with elongated axial cells. These axial cells are surrounded by a vertically elongated cell which is arising from the nodal region. So those elongated vertical nodal cells are known as cortical cells. So these cortical cells are absent in two type of species of Cara. One is Cara wallichi, another one is the Cara corallina. Then the main axis of Cara, which is divided into three appendages arising from the nodal region. First one, branches of limited growth, branches of unlimited growth, and third one is the stipuloid. So the growth of the main axis is branching taken place by the apical cell. So these are all the three appendages: branch of limited, branches of unlimited, and stipuloid. So this limited growth of the main axis branching is taken place with the help of the cell which is present at the tip region. The nodal cells are uninucleate, that is made up of with only one nucleate with the ellipsoidal chloroplast. Dear students, kindly note it down. One book back question is there. Differentiate between node and internodal region of Cara. First, we have seen node. Node is an uninucleate made up of with only one nucleus which contains ellipsoidal chloroplast. The internodal cells are elongated and possess a large central vacuole, many nuclei, and numerous discoidal chloroplast. So dear students, nodal cells are uninucleate, internodal cells are multinucleate or many nuclei. Nodal cells have few ellipsoidal chloroplast, but internodal cells having the large numerous discoidal chloroplast. Numerous discoidal chloroplast. There are few ellipsoidal chloroplast in node. Internodal region numerous, that means many. Discoidal, that means coin-like. Discoidal chloroplast. Then the cytoplasm of the nodal region is divided into outer ectoplasm and inner endoplasm. The endoplasm shows cytoplasmic streaming. Dear students, cytoplasmic streaming means movement of cytoplasm along with cell organelles is known as cytoplasmic streaming. This is important 2 mark question. I already told you in the first lesson itself. That means movement of cytoplasm along with the cell organelles is known as cytosol or cytoplasmic streaming. So this Cara cytoplasm, that is endoplasm, shows the cytoplasmic streaming. This is the habitat of Cara. At the center region is known as main axis. At the base, they are having the many rhizoids, that is branched rhizoids, look like thread, multicellular. They are arising at the base of the main axis, or sometimes they are arising from the peripheral cells of the lower node. Then the main axis is divided into nodal and internodal region. The internodal region, they are having the cell known as axile cells. These axile cells are surrounded by a vertically elongated cell arising from the nodal region is known as cortical cells. Then nodal cells are uninucleate, which contains few ellipsoidal chloroplast. Internodal cells are elongated, which contains large central vacuole, many nuclei with numerous discoid chloroplast. Then the nodal region, which are showing 3 types of appendages. One is the shoot of limited growth. Another one is the shoot of unlimited growth. Then the nodal region. So this is the thallus structure of Cara and their habitat structure. Dear students, next we are going to see the reproduction in Cara. Cara reproduced by vegetative and sexual method. Vegetative reproduction is produced by amylum stars, root bulbils, amorphous bulbils, and secondary protonema. So these are all the different structure which are arising from the plant body during unfavorable season, and they are modified into different shape. During favorable condition, they are developed into new Cara. The vegetative reproduction structures are amylum stars, root bulbils, amorphous bulbils, and secondary protonema. Next, sexual reproduction. Cara, which is showing the oogamous type of reproduction. What is oogamous? The fusion of morphologically and physiologically dissimilar gametes. That is said to be oogamy. That type of reproduction is known as oogamous. Dear students, in Cara, sex organs are large, that is macroscopic, and they are produced on the branches of limited growth. Underline the word. 1 more question. Sex organs in Cara are produced in the dash. That means branches of limited growth. We already seen. Node contain 3 types of appendages. One is branches of limited growth, branches of unlimited growth, and stipuloids. Okay. So these sex organs are produced in the branches of limited growth. The male sex organ is known as antheridium or globule. See the word globule and underline it. It's very, very important. And the female sex organ is called oogonium or nucule. Underline the word nucule. The nucule or female sex organ is located above the globule. That is male sex organ. What is the male sex organ? Antheridium or globule. Female sex organ oogonium or nucleus. Nucleus is located above the globule. Underline the word, is very very important. Book back question also. Explain the nucleus of Cara. They won't ask female sex organ. How they'll ask? Explain the structure of nucleus in Cara. Likewise, globule in Cara. The antheridium is spherical, that is oval in shape. Macroscopic, that is visible. And the wall of the antheridium, or what is that one? Globule, is made up of with 8 cells named shield cells. This antheridium has spermatogenous filaments. That means the filaments which are producing, what is that one? Sperm or male sex organ is known as spermatogenous filament. So these filament afterwards produce anthrazoid or male sex organs. Next, nucleus. Nucleus is covered by spirally twisted tube cells which is 5 in number. That means the nucleus which is surrounded by spirally twisted 5 tube cells, and also 5 coronal cells is also present at the top of the nucleus. So, nucleus is covered by 5 spirally twisted 5 tube cells, and 5 coronal cells are present at the top of the nucleus, that means at the tip. The center of the nucleus possesses only one egg or single egg. The center of the nucleus which contains only one egg. Dear students, see the diagram. This is the main axis of the Cara with a number of branches. In the nodal region, they have produced the sex organ. Antheridium or globule, which is located at the base, which is spherical or circular in shape, made up of with 8 cells called shield cells. அது கவுண்ட் பண்ணி பாருங்கள், 8 இருக்கும் பாருங்கள். Outer pink color, that is light orange color, which is 8 cell known as shield cells. The antheridium is macroscopic, which contains spermatogenous filaments, that is look like in the star shape irukku, that is said to be spermatogenous filaments produce anthrazoids. At the top of the globule or male sex organ, nucleus or female sex organ is located. See, the female sex organs are covered by spirally twisted 5 tube cells. How many tube cells? 5 tube cells which are spirally twisted, and 5 coronal cells. 3 only at the tip, they are showing the 3 only showing in front, at the back 2 is there. So that is said to be 5 coronal cells located at the top of the nucleus. The center of the nucleus only contains only one egg. At maturity, the 5 tube cells are, that is spirally twisted, joined are clear, spirally twisted, 5 tube cells are separated, which forms a narrow path or a narrow slit. The anthrazoids released by globule penetrate the oogonium, that means enter into the oogonium via narrow slit produced by a 5 spirally twisted tube cells. Then this anthrozooid enter into the oogonium. One of them fuses. Many anthrozooids are enter into the oogonium via narrow slit, but only one fuses with the egg to form diploid oospore. This oospore secrete a thick wall around and germinate after the resting period. That means it is not immediately germinated into Chara plant. It takes some rest, that is dormant period, resting period. After the favorable condition, it is developed into a new Chara. The nucleus of the oospore, which is diploid, undergo meiotic cell division to form 4 haploid daughter nuclei. Out of 4, 3 degenerate, that is destroyed. Only one is functional. That oospore or zygote germinate to produce haploid protonema. Dear students, the haploid protonema and the oospore is the only diploid phase in the life cycle. So protonema is a haploid and the oospore produced by the fusion of one anthrozooid with one egg form a diploid oospore. So the Chara is also showing 2 phases of generation. Haploid phase in protonemal stage and diploid phase in the oospore phase. So that Chara is also showing the alternation of generation is present. The life cycle of the Chara is haplondic type. Why it said to be haplondic? The sporophyte is haploid in nature. Protonema, that is the haploid, isn't it? That is the haploid phase. So the life cycle of the Chara is haplondic life cycle. And also the Chara which are showing alternation of generation. So that is the sexual reproduction seen in Chara. Dear students, life cycle of Chara is the important 3-mark question. Not only Chara, each and every organism we are going to see in different subdivision of plant kingdom. The life cycle is important of 3-mark question. So Chara doing the asexual reproduction by the production of amylum stars, bulbils, amorphous bulbils and secondary protonema. Then the sexual reproduction by the production of 2 sex organ, male sex organ or globule, female sex organ or nucleus. Male produce anthrozooid, female produce egg. Both of them fuse together. Fertilization occur. They are produced diploid zygote. Zygote taking some resting period or oospore. After that undergo meiotic cell division. They are produced 4 haploid oospores. 3 disintegrate. Only one functional which produce the protonema which is haploid. The protonema developed into a new Chara. That's why the life cycle of Chara is known as haplondic life cycle and also Chara which shows the alternation of generation. That is haploid sporophytic phase and diploid gametophytic phase is known as alternation of generation. Dear students, I hope have you all understood thallus structure of Chara, differentiate between nodes and internodal region. Vegetative reproduction in Chara is the important 2-mark question. Then sexual mode of reproduction. Remaining We will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best, children.